All right, so that's actually a 20.
27. So with the 27, you're looking over this door. Did you? Yes, you had casted Tech Magic last session, and it would still be active. Um, so with your Tech Magic as well, it appears that there's a magical circuit that's still getting power to it, which holds a internal locking mechanism. So there's no way to quite pick it from here. You don't have any knowledge of how you might be able to do that. It's probably possible, but
Okay.
you don't have any clue as to where you would start. Like you aren't a locksmith
Right.
or a lockpick of any trade, but you have found the
No.
lock and you know as to how it functions.
Right. So, but you're saying it could be powered.
Yes.
Okay. I will just I'm putting together that maybe this thing works on magic power, because if it, that generator takes magic batteries, this thing probably runs on magic power. So, I will place my hand over it, and I know it's not broken, but I'm going to cast mending into it to see if the energy of a cantrip will kind of jumpstart it.
When you cast mending, you do see with your detect magic that the circuit does light up, but once mending actually would start to do what it would do, which would be the fixing aspect. So I guess simplest way to put it would be that once you change it from being channeled raw magical energy to actually being a spell, the circuit stops lighting up.
Okay. I don't know if I can do this. Can I just continually channel the minor amount of raw magical energy it would take to do a cantrip?
Roll an Arcana. See if you can piece together as to how to channel
Yeah.
magic without.
Let's give this a shot.
If you had a wizard in the party, then you wouldn't even have to roll because wizards have to learn first how to control magic flow before they can cast spells.
Right.
But all you guys are all casters that just can do magic.
I mean, fair enough, but I am also an artificer, so like the confluence of magic and technology is my bag.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to think about. I want to have you roll to see if you can
Okay.
figure out about like how to directly channel something without having a purpose to it. Because artificers, whenever they use raw magic, they use it to enchant or create. So there's always a purpose behind it. It's never just like I'm channeling it to see
Well, I rolled
how
a
mana
21.
flows. 21, yeah, you can most definitely do that. You can channel mana
Cool.
if you so please.
Sweet. I'm gonna do that and see if I can get this door to unlock.
All right. So the circuit lights up and it glows, but it does not appear to do its secondary function of actually moving.
Okay.
So it's gaining power
That means
and
probably a switch around here to turn. Can you unpause the game?
oh, I forgot that it pauses it whenever I have
There
to
we go.
recycle it. My bad.
There we go. It's all right. So, yeah. Um, I mean, if I can, keep that 24 investigation, or if someone else wants to look around for a switch to
Uh,
open the door.
using the 24 in investigation, putting two and two together, it probably has something to do with the console, which is over by the two larger tubes.
Ah, I will tell that to the group. I have powered the lock, but I believe the mechanism is controlled from the console in that room there, and point over to this room.
And also, just a question: Are you still channeling mana into the lock?
At the moment, yeah, sure.
All right. You do start to feel a little fatigued from the effort.
Okay, I will pause for the moment then, um, and explain that I think I can power the lock, but someone will need to actually hit the switch to open this thing.
All right. Which switch?
So I don't know. We're gonna have to try a couple of them, I think.
All right.
Well, then, since we don't know which one, shall we look in some of these other doors?
Works for me.
A question really quick. Is
Yeah.
there any sort of wear on any of the switches?
There is quite a bit of wear on most of them from like just natural wear and tear of them being down here for God knows as to how long. Pardis, I'm going to assume that you walk by it at some point with your comprehend languages up. You can make out a couple of different letters, which then get translated by the spell end. While you can't get whole words, you can sort of match it so that some of them will show a similar like setup to some of the other ones. Like one of them has the letters A, L, and P in similar areas to where it was for the plaque for the airlock door.
Oh, so we found the switch.
Yes.
All right. So do we want to go through the process of opening this airlock first, or check these other doors?
Let's do both. I'll look indoors. You figure out the other one.
All right. You open that door. Pardis, would you hit the switch?
Sure.
The switch is over here. I'll go ahead and drag you over.
So I'll go try another door.
Which is over here because that's where the console is. Whoops. Right over there.
All right. Yeah, looking over at Pardis, I start channeling, minor raw energy into the lock, and then, give Pardis the nod.
So when Pardis presses it, the lock does move and click open, and then click back closed again. It looks like it's still missing something in order to get the doors to actually move open.
Okay. As soon as he hits it, Schnick, pull the door.
The door I'm standing in front of?
No, this one.
Oh.
Like this seems to be a multi-person operation. I'm gonna have to channel it. He's gonna have to hit the switch, and then maybe you and Iona can like grab either side of the door and pry it open.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get there because at the same time we're opening these doors. So I guess
Okay.
it kind of all happened at once. We'll see what happens.
Fair enough. Okay.
So
Let's see what I've got then, and we'll work our way up.
All right. So in Schnick's room, there appears to be up against the back wall something that looks similar to what a blacksmith's display would be, and like where like they would use to hang up weapons. However, this one is old, worn, and some of the pegs have chipped or fallen off, and the now metal rusted scraps which litter the floor in front of it are probably what was held up on that wall previously.
Can I see what? Do I recognize any of them as a weapon or
Um,
anything?
you can make out some that look like daggers or bladed weapons of some sorts. A couple that look similar to the previous weapon, which Pathos had described as a gun. Like different parts of that are like kind of scattered about, but like there aren't like any matching pieces that are put together. It's like a rifle barrel here, a stock there, a firing hammer,
Do I
just
see
kind of
any of
scattered.
yeah, do I see any like of like those scratchings on the walls that artists can read?
Within the room, no. Over by the door, there was, and that one read as armory, and the one that Iona walked into was marked as locker room.
Okay, so Schnick looks around, he sees what he sees, he walks out and he'll yell to everybody. This room doesn't look that important, but we may want to hit it on the way out, since Pathos can fix things. There may be something of interest in here.
Acknowledged.
And inside of the room that Iona, you are now in, are a couple of hangers up against the walls, holding different sets of clothing that are in different forms of deterioration. Nothing that like would be wearable, but you can sort of make out um, jumpsuits, like swim, like something which looks kind of similar to a scuba outfit, just like the uh, like bodysuit for one of those is kind of on in here. However, like it's like torn and ripped and eaten through. And then there also appears to be what kind of looks like long, what it kind of looks like long johns with like some like extra padding to them. And other than that, like it's not really much.
Um, before I deem it a bust, can I look around and see if there's anything like in the pockets that would have like just happened to stay there?
Yeah, sure. Roll an investigation. Whoops, I did not mean to drag you in a different room. 19. So you rifle through a couple of the different pockets and whatnot. And at first you don't really find anything, but after a while you do pick up a thin, right, a thin rectangular piece of plastic which has a little bit of metal kind of inlaid into it on one end, um, and some like faded writing on it of a language that you can't comprehend.
All right. Calling out to the rest of the group. There's not much in here, just clothes, but I did find this like I guess plastic parchment. Partis, you might want to see if you can read it.
All right.
We'll just take it with her and then hand it over.
What does it say?
So, surprisingly, when you look at this language, with comprehend languages, it actually doesn't translate. It does not appear to be one of the languages which is a part of the spell set. So it's not a modern one, nor was it one that has existed within the current era of civilization. So it's of a long of a lost text, which wasn't recorded within what the gods would know. So this is a language which predates gods, basically.
Interesting. Okay.
Sorry, what did she find in the pockets?
She found a plastic rectangle with a bit of metal inlaid into it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
And you're saying Pardis here cannot read it?
Yes, the language is not one which is a part of the comprehend language spell of one of those languages, which means that either it's just absolute nonsense or it's a language which predates the gods.
Bizarre. All right. Cool though. Hang on to that.
Yeah. Can we go back to our guardian guy who's young and old at the same time?
Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might know.
wait, no. The
He would tell you he knows it.
Geyser
and doesn't.
Guardian is who you're talking about.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
would tell you he can read it and that he can't.
Yeah. More than likely.
Yeah.
Super
Second thought,
helpful.
that might not be too helpful.
Yeah.
Very gnomish, a very schnickle movement from Schnickle. Got a zigzag.
I try my hardest.
Yeah, always.
All right. Well, those
What was
are-
this other door say?
Yeah.
That was labeled as the motor pool.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Shall we see if we can get it open before we, keep banging our heads against this airlock?
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. Let's open this sucker.
All right. It appears to be locked in much the same manner. However, it's not locked with a magical circuit. It's just that it's a large door which you can see magical circuits, which then connect to gears and tracks, which would raise up the large metal door.
Okay, so basically it just needs to be raised up.
Yeah, it basically just needs to be raised up.
All right,
I can
let's
do
give it a
that.
shot. Do it.
Okay, make a strength check.
I will assist, Mr. Schnick. There we go.
So you go ahead and drop down and you grab it. You pop a nice squat. You manage to work your fingers underneath of it. You like actually have to take off your. I believe that you actually have gloves on. Yes, you actually have to do. You actually have to take off your gauntlets in order to in order to be able to get underneath of it and actually get a good grip. And you go ahead and you strain against it, and it just doesn't budge.
I will spend a charge of my armor to add 4 to that.
Add
So
4 to
26.
that. So 26. So with that 26, you do manage to get it up probably a good 6 or 7 inches, and then it just gets stuck. So it's about high enough for somebody to be able to crawl under, but that's about it.
Okay.
Well,
Can I hold it up while the little guy does that?
Yeah.
All right, I will hold it
I was meant for this.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So I guess I'll lay down and crawl in.
There you go.
There's not much in here.
Yeah, no. Up against the back wall, there was actually a smaller a smaller alcove you can see, which normally would be hidden behind the metal shutter, which is there. However, the shutter has rusted through, and you can feel a slight breeze coming through it.
Is it like raised off the ground or something?
Inside is kind of like a large shaft, basically, which from where you're standing in, like once like you get closer and peer on in, it goes straight up to you don't know where, and it looks to be caved in about halfway up.
But the air's coming out of that.
Yeah.
Does it go? That's looking up. Does it go down?
It does not appear to go down.
Huh.
Do you
there anything
see
else in
what
there?
is blocking the door?
That's a good point. Is there any blocking the door, or is the mechanism just crazy and old?
The mechanism is just crazy and old. It's just old. It just got stuck.
Like, no, I don't see anything in here but a chimney that's caved in. No writing on the walls or anything I can't read.
There's no writing on the walls. There's some writing on the floor, which is faded, which you can't comprehend because it's kind of hard to tell. But by hazarding a, I guess it's probably a numerical system of some kind, just going off of the pattern of it.
Snake sticks his head back out of the door and tells the cat to come in and see if he can read this.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll give it a try.
Pathos is just standing there, just hands on a door, just like joints locked so it doesn't cave on in, just metal versus metal.
Pretty much. I'm getting ready to just like start going ham on this door, tear it apart. But
I think Diana should start like make Pathos have an existential crisis with electric sheep right now.
yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. He stands up and starts scratching his head.
So the labelings on the floor is a number matched with a letter. So there's one. So basically, the letters are A, P, C, and T.
I'll be right back, guys. I really gotta pee.
All right. And it's all like one a spot for like each one, other than the one marked P, which has a P1 and a P2.
Right. Okay.
There's nothing else in here past that.
Does it resemble the stuff on Iona's block?
What? On the plastic thing?
Yeah.
No. It appears to be a more ancient version of common. Just looking off of its styling. And having the knowledge of what it says and what it looks like, it's a little bit easier to piece the two together. Just knowing that, and then matching that to their similar letters in common.
All right, we'll see everything I can in here. Getting back out.
All right. What about you, Schnicht?
Yeah, before Pathos loses the grip on the door.
All right. Then once everybody's out, I'll go ahead and say that Pathos drops it. There's no real other purpose to be in there.
Okay, I'm back. Did we find anything interesting in there?
By interesting, you mean more questions? Yes.
All right. I want to check out this door. Can I figure out what's making it stuck?
It appears by just looking at the circuits that after a certain point, the gears lock without a constant flow through them.
Okay. So if I pull the gears off and because it runs on tracks, right?
Yeah. And the tracks and gears are internal.
Are what?
Are
They're not
internal. Yeah, no. They are not
they're
external.
not exposed.
Yeah. You can only see them because of tech magic and they have magic circuits running through them.
I don't think I have detect magic on. I have my goggles of night and my armor of magical strength.
You would casted detect magic back at the end of last session, so it would still technically be active.
I don't have that spell.
Well, who casted detect magic at the end of last?
Might be thinking of Pardis, but I don't have that spell on me.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Pardis is running comprehend languages, which would negate out detect magic. So, whoops.
I don't even have detect magic.
Who the hell? I know that somebody casted it last session because that's how you followed the figured out how everything was connected. It's either that or I'm just tripping balls.
I think you're tripping because no one even knows that spell.
Yeah, I rolled pretty well, looking around and being an artificer. This is kind of my deal, figuring out magic and technology. So, okay. If I removed the tracks, pried them off the wall, would that cause this door to be basically free floating, and then I could just lay it down on the floor?
If you were to pull off the tracks, you could get it just to stick to where it is, because you could bend it so that it couldn't go up or down. But from where they are positioned, you wouldn't be able to pull the whole thing out without taking apart part of the wall.
Okay. So it sounds like the only real way to get this door up is to provide power.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do we just put power to this place and see if any of the doors open, or do we try to pry open the one you wanted?
We may as well. Yeah, we've got these batteries. I am down to enough energy for only one more spell, so I don't think I don't think it's a good idea for me to recharge one of these. Because then I'll be completely out of magic.
Don't they have a
Unless we
charge
want.
right now to use?
We do, but they're very, very low, right? Right, Ace?
Yeah. From casting Identify on them, there was one at 5% and one at 8%.
Okay. Do we know how much a first level spell would like recharge it?
No, you never received that information.
All right. All right. Yep. Let's try it. Let's take the one at 8%, plug it into the generator. See what fucking happens.
All right.
So yeah, I'll go down to here and to here. Now this generator, is it stuck to the floor?
It is bolted to the floor, yes.
Okay. But it is also connected to like the system.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and plug the 8% battery in.
All right. So when you do, all the lights in the facility start coming on.
Oh shit. Someone turn off the lights so we don't use up the battery. Artis, you're the only one who can read that stupid.
Aren't you at the switchboard? Just hit buttons.
No, I'm not. I'm at the generator. I'm at the backup
Oh,
generator.
that's right.
Controls are in the tube room.
Right. So with that all being done, these do slide open as well.
Oh, great. Okay. Cool. I pull the battery out.
All right. And with that,
Yeah.
So we don't need the lights. Just needed that door open. Oh, bugger. Okay. Is this a similar door?
yes, it is. It seems to be a magic repair, and the circuit which would open up the door appears to be connected with the other one from what you can go ahead and tell. Past that, reading off of the circuit, which is here, it looks like while the one that's on will to keep one of them open will then keep the other side closed.
Is there a way to override that?
Go ahead and roll a Arcana to see if you can't hijack the circuit to change it.
All right. Can somebody give me some assistance on this?
As you begin to rune write.
Mm-hmm.
There's my assistance.
All right, cool. Can somebody give me like actual?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, just it just takes somebody saying you help out. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Well,
Plus 1d4. Okay, thank you, Iona. Clearly, your knowledge of electric sheep is also assisting. There we go.
nice.
Yeah. So you do manage to successfully override it, so that both doors would be able to be opened at the same time.
That's what I'm talking about.
And because of how you change it, you notice that all of the emergency lighting flickers off as the door slowly grinds open on one
Nice.
side.
That's all I needed. Well done, Iona. You are learning.
Thank you.
What do we
As
have
I
in
now
here?
run around turning off all the lights in the fucking facility.
Sorry, man.
No, it's fine. It was going to be a really cool. Oh, hey, look, it's a freaking air scrubber, and oh well.
No.
Like, I can use my light cantrip and make the whole thing glow.
There we go. Azamar to the rescue.
Yeah,
I like
I cast glow stick.
Woo! There we go.
Jesus Christ.
Does no one else call it glow stick?
No, I've never heard that before.
Oh, I've done that with like every ASMR I've played. I always change
Like,
my
it's
light
perfect.
cantrip to glow stick.
It's perfect, but it's still funny.
It also
okay, so what do
came
we-
from a story of turning into a walking glow stick.
Nice. So what do we have in here?
So in here, once like you actually go ahead and the door opens and you guys start walking in, it like you can immediately smell the stale air back here. It appears that whatever ventilation system had been put in place had long since failed and left the air to rot, so to speak. Other than that, back here appears to be what looks like the area's record keeping room. It's full of like different journals and books, all in the same writing that's on the plastic card that Iona had found. And they're all also illegible, other than one, which is titled Dragon Isle Outpost Log.
Weren't we supposed to go to Dragon Isle Outpost at some point? Like some wackety dude came up and said, "Go there."
Yeah, the dude with the dog skull head.
Right, him.
Yeah.
Fucking helpful.
So what does it say?
On the inside, it just shows a manifest of supplies like 30 pounds, like 30 pounds worth of ham sent out on like 7th moon of 6th month. 20 barrels of fuel sent out on 9th sun of 10th month, like so on and so forth. It's just a inventory manifest.
Hmm.
And it does look like
where the supplies came
it like mentions like Kiamalev, Dragon Spine, and then a couple of ones which can't be read because they're in that text of what's on the plastic card.
Yeah.
But the only ones are Dragon Spine and Key Lev are the only two that are like really readable outside of Dragon Isle.
Hmm. You mentioned you were about to say something else before I interrupted you, though. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say that it looks like there's a lot of stuff that goes there, but not a lot of stuff that gets shipped out of it.
Interesting. Does it say anything about like who is there, like their supply sergeant or like the commander, or anything about?
At the back of the book is a list of signatures in, again, that language which you can't read, but it does look like there's maybe 2 or 3 different names on there.
That's that military record keeping.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What are the names back there?
Because they are in that ancient language or chicken scratch, whatever it is, that
Yeah.
isn't able to be comprehended. The only things that are really legible of it is grand, I'm a quarterly, and then it's somebody's name.
Okay.
I am
like
a
their
master,
titles.
somebody's name, and
Yeah.
chief of logistics, and then somebody's name.
Right. So like titles.
Yeah.
And then it's that's really weird that I'm sorry I'm not doing my robot voice tonight.
It's
I
fine.
think Nicole,
I understand the flu.
yeah, I've got enough brain power to think about this place, but not enough to talk about it like a robot. It's really weird that like they're using 2 languages here. It's like if just for a current society perspective, like say you were a Korean guy working with the U.S. Army, and you had like U.S. Army forms, but you still wrote your name in Hangul. I'm sorry, in the Korean alphabet. Like that's. Is that kind of what we're looking at?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, that is what it looked like in Korea.
Yeah. Because this in my journal also does look like it's from a different time than from the rest of them, and looking at the year dating for some of these movements, it does seem to be around the time when the first selection had ended, like a couple of months after that is when this all kind of falls on in.
So 500 years ago plus a couple months.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 500 years ago.
Go minus a couple months.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like 499 years and 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, sort of like that.
That's when these deliveries happened?
Yeah.
Interesting. Weird.
More questions along with answers.
Oh, it's cool though.
Yeah. I mean, I would hope so.
No, it's a cool mystery. I haven't like it's talking about airlocks and shit, but I haven't seen anything to, suggest this place is mobile, other than perhaps this airlock. But maybe, I mean, what do you guys think of this? Maybe this place was sealed off to keep the records from spoiling, from decaying, the way the other things have.
That makes
We
sense.
ruined that by opening both the doors, if so.
Well, I mean, but we can still seal them off, or turn it on. Either way, like I was honestly expecting like this airlock to lead into like a cavern. You know what I mean? Like to the outside. But it didn't. It led to this. Why are these records the most important thing on this thing?
Well, we should seal it back up until we can read this language.
Yeah, I agree. And if there's other facilities to what do you call it? other facilities to keep it safe, maybe we can turn those on as well. I'm going to go ahead and dump my last spell slot into that magic battery.
All right.
I can give you a spell slot.
That would be great. Anyone who wants to dump a spell slot into this thing.
Yeah, I've got 3, and I don't plan on smiting soon, so you'll be fine.
Like, honestly, this place seems fairly safe. We could probably sleep here or rest.
If so, we can see how high we can charge it.
Yeah. Let's
seal this door.
Yeah. All right. So at the very least, we know we can power this place, and I have enough knowledge of how the console works to get these doors open and closed. So, Iona, please don't stand in there because I'm about to close it.
Sorry.
It's just I don't want you to get locked in there. All right. So I'll go ahead and hand the battery off to Schnick to charge up with his spell slots. And suggest that Schnick, why don't you go and plug it in? And once it's in, I'll go ahead and seal the doors, both of them, for the airlock.
Also, just a reminder, because you guys had talked about looking at that suit while the power was on. I just want to make sure that that was still on people's minds, just in case you guys had forgotten.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yep. Well, let's plug this bad boy in. Well, I'll put all 3 of my slots into it. Does it matter what spell it is?
It does not matter as to what spell it is. It just has to be the S slot.
I'm gonna bless it 3 times.
All right.
It's super blessed.
But so blessed.
Oh yeah.
And then plug this bad boy in.
All right. So the lights will come back on.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, you can flip the switch.
Yeah, I flipped the switches to close the doors. And Pardis, can you help me see if there are any controls to like turn on air scrubbers or other like atmospheric controls in that room?
Or to turn the
certainly.
lights off.
There is a records room purge button.
Records
Don't push
room
that
what?
one.
Yeah, there's a records room purge button. And then there's a vent purge button.
Okay. All right. I need to know the connotation of purge in this case. Is that in like purge with fire or purge as in like clean it of microbes and shit?
As far as you can tell, it could be either one.
Well, tell you what, I'm going to push to open them up.
All right.
Go ahead and open the airlock again. Why don't we move all the books to a safe location? Like out here is fine, stacked up on the corners or something. They've survived this long, so they can take a few minutes outside. And then once we get all the books out, I'll close not this door, but this door.
All right.
And I'll go ahead and hit records room purge.
All right. There is a very loud suction sound from behind those large metal doors. And then a very loud blowing sound, and then it just goes quiet.
Okay, that sounds fairly benign. Let's move everything back in there. When we open the doors, is there any sign that like it was just like things were destroyed in there, or
No.
like? Okay, got it. Well, all right.
There is
Yeah, let's-
a cycle button still. However, you had overwrote the magic script for that. So now that button just doesn't do anything.
So, I'm sorry, cycle?
Yeah, to cycle the airlock chamber.
Oh,
But
like
you so that
from
like
one door to the next?
yeah, but that one doesn't function
Okay.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't care about that. But now I can cycle it myself. Manual
Yep.
cycle.
Manual cycle.
Yep. All right. So yeah, get out. We'll tuck all the books back in there, close it up, and then I'll hit vent purge.
All right. So with vent purge, it does get slightly warmer here, and some of the metal gratings do light up orange for a couple of seconds,
Oh.
and then it dies down.
Okay. Interesting. All right. I'm gonna quit wasting power. Turn off if I can. I think we turn off most of the lights so that the battery be maintained as long as possible.
Yep, you can like turn off lights to like certain sections and like whatnot.
Yeah, I'll turn off lights to where do we want to sleep, guys?
I say one of either the room we're in has the only entrance that we know of, and we wouldn't be trapped in one of the smaller rooms. We could watch people coming in and have the way out. I mean, if something happens in here.
Okay, so just sleeping in the main room here.
Yeah, that and take shifts.
Yeah, okay. So I'll turn off the lights for all of the side rooms and just leave on like 2 or 3 lights here in the main room.
All right. Because they function as the Hola room, so like you have it on, then it leaves all three of the main lights on within that room.
So, okay, sure. So while we have power,
Yeah, I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
see
look at
if
this
I can
thing.
open the motor pool door.
All right.
While he's doing that, I look at this guy in here.
All right.
When we come back.
Let me go ahead and have a thing.
I was really hoping to find vehicles in this motor pool.
Yeah, they aren't there at the moment.
Yeah, don't get your hopes up. That room was really barren.
Yeah, it's something about a rolling grate or something?
There was a shutter over by where the shaft is.
A shutter.
Yeah.
Like a rolling shutter that goes up and down?
Yeah, but it's been like rusted through.
Or
Now has like
Oh,
a giant hole in it.
has it? Oh, it already has a giant hole in it.
Yeah. It's a breeze flowing through it.
What's on what's on the other side?
A shaft which goes up to who knows where, caved in about halfway up, like probably about, I don't know, 20, 30 feet up.
Okay, so like natural rock is on the
Yeah.
other side. Okay,
Let's
and that's
see.
it. That's it for this room.
Yeah, pretty much. And as for
Right.
that suit that's in front of Schnicht, it now looks like that. Its little visor is now lit up blue and it hums gently.
Uh-huh.
Let me get closer and see it.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
I just kind of look at it.
All right.
How tall you said it was?
It's probably about 5'6", somewhere around there.
I want to make this thing into my next
Oh.
plate mail, so please, let's whatever it's got going on, let's finish it quick.
It's not doing anything. It's just sitting there.
Yeah, it's just sitting there.
I'm gonna poke it.
All right, you poke it and it gets poked.
I'm gonna ask it what it is.
It says nothing.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna
you know what?
slowly back up and yell for Pathos to come in here because it looks like him.
Okay. Oh, yeah. There's a moment of like weird, are you my daddy recognition type thing going on here. Then I'm gonna go over to it, and you said there was like a switch of some kind.
Yes.
I can't remember the way you described it. A switch lever.
It's a push switch. Is what they're called.
Push switch.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna operate that push switch.
All right. So you push it in, you turn it. It does the click, and from the little push dial that is there, kind of just from there, like cracks open, and then just like kind of swings out to show the sort of inside of it, which is padded with like grips at the like hands and feet, like gauntlets, like just like slip on in so that like you could step into the torso and like fit on into it. And the helmet,
I'm
like
sorry.
from there,
I'm sorry. Did you?
On the inside. Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble visually what you're saying. You're saying the back of it like opens up so one could step into it.
Yeah. Do you know
Yeah, it's a
like
Gundam.
kind of how power armors work in Fallout? That's pretty much what it does.
Huh. Okay.
Are any of us small enough to fit in it? I'm too small. You're too big.
Yeah.
Iona's like perfect size.
Yeah, I'll yell at her to ask, come in.
Hey, come in here. We want you to try something on.
So when she walks in, you see Snick kind of looks at her and looks back at the armor and just kind of back and forth trying to picture if she can fit in.
He's got his hands up like he's gauging her size.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and oh my god. That's great, buddy. You guys are gonna flip when you realize what he made. I'm gonna turn on my video for just a moment.
Oh, really?
Freaking Lego power armor, baby.
Yeah, look at that.
There you go. This is really cool, buddy. We just found some
Amazing.
power armor, so that's kind of cool, huh?
As Master Oogway says from Kung Fu Panda, there is no such thing as coincidences.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Todd. But yeah, we're Pathos and Schnick are 100%, volunteering you for tribute here, Iona.
So, Iona, if you do want to put it on, it is slightly too small, but you could squeeze into it if you so please. She's about 5'6" in height. She's about 5'8". It's close enough for government work.
She's oddly quiet.
Oh, because she's muted.
Yeah, you're muted if you're talking, Tara.
Shoot, didn't realize I was muted. Sorry. She will try it out. Iona does not have my claustrophobia, so I guess she'll be fine with it being a little smaller.
Alrighty. So it is slightly uncomfortable and a little bit harder to move in. So you'll have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws while just while wearing it, but it does kind of for the same armor class as full plate.
Cool.
As like what?
Full plate.
Nice.
That's good shit. Here's what I propose. If I can get on out of there, if you give me some time to tinker with it, I may be able to adjust its size to fit you a little better, and also figure out if there are any other functions to it.
Very well.
Well, there is a night vision function to it, which is already active, but it doesn't make any difference to her. She already has dark vision.
Oh, well, I may remove that and just install it on myself so that I don't have to use an infusion on it.
Is it any
We'll see how
farther
that
than
goes.
her own vision?
What's that?
I said, does it go any farther than her own vision?
It is 120 instead of just 60. So that is different. But
Okay.
So now we know that it has night vision.
Yeah.
Out to 120. I'll have to. Yeah, maybe I can remove that and install some kind of thing. I also have Blink Dog teleportation organs, so I might be able to integrate those and give you teleporting armor.
I mean,
Well, now that
swap
you
the dark
see-
vision for teleportation.
What's that, Tara?
So I will swap you dark vision for teleportation.
Yeah, no shit. We'll see how this goes. I want to figure out everything it does.
Well, now that you can see its workings, can you make it 2
yeah.
inches taller?
I don't know. Let me
Well,
see.
2 inches larger. There
yeah.
is also, now that she's stepped out of the little cubby with it, you do see that there is a power cable connected to it, which was connected to a little port on its side. It doesn't go very far. Probably about to the other end of this room.
Okay. So right now it's probably charging. Got it. So Iona, if you'd please step out of the armor. I will, now that it is on, see if I can figure out anything more about its functions.
All right. She steps out, removes her fake glasses, and goes, "I am Iron Man."
I am Iron Man. So some of the other functions is as you're kind of messing around with it, and roll a Arcana to see as to what all you find. While you're doing that, some of the basic stuff, it seems, is that that you're able to pull up as to its like health, basically. So to speak, diagnostics, a readout to display, which is currently blank, but it has markings for somebody's heart rate, blood pressure, and you can recognize those because that's something that some of your fellows have been programmed with because they work in non-magical medicine.
Yeah.
So that's some of the program which could have been used for you. So you have some just understanding of it, but it's not full and it's not very well used because most people just go for magic because it's better than using just non-magical means. Other than that, you would have to roll Arcana.
All right.
To figure out
If I could get some guidance or some assistance.
Well, since I just stepped out of it, I'll give you assistance.
Sweet. There we go. Thank you, Schnick. Dirty 30.
Boy. So it does have a pseudo true vision in the form of a thermal visor.
Okay.
So it can see through magical it can see through magical in a visibility and magical darkness by reading temperatures of the surrounding environment.
Okay, so thermal vision, sort of limited true vision.
Yeah, it's like
I'm just writing these down. Night vision.
yep. And then lastly, there is a display for the current power and the current power drain. And what you notice is that basically every single function of this thing has some form of power drain to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Display for current power and power drain. Acts or AC of
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
18. Ba-da-ba-bum.
It
Oh,
is.
and
Go ahead.
vitals and vital.
Yes. And a vitals
Vitals.
display. Also, with that, it does appear to have several slots for modifications. Like slotting in heavier armor, it looks like something can be attached to the wrist, arms, and legs. Shoulder has a connection point. And the back has a connection point.
So, okay, heavier armor, wrist, arms, legs, shoulder, and back connection points. Interesting.
There is also a connector for the helmet as well.
Oh, okay. So wrist, arms, legs, shoulder, back, and head connection points.
Yes.
Okay. So what I have here is this special power armor. It has AC of plate mail, or 18, thermal vision, night vision, display for current power and power drain, vital readings of occupant, slots for modifications, such as you can add heavier armor or attach various gadgets or equipment to the wrists, arms, legs, shoulder, back, and head.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Pretty cool. That's neat. How is it doing on power right now? Like current power?
The power at the moment is currently at 5%, and it's like slowly rising.
Currently at 5%. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Pardis, can you check the main console to see if it shows like how much that battery, how much energy that battery has? The one we just dumped some spell slots into?
Is that something on the console that I can even see?
There does appear to be a gauge, not on the console, but on the generator. For how much like it is left from like empty to a full. It has like one of those fuel gauges on it.
Okay, then I go check that out.
It's currently sitting pretty close to empty, probably around 5 or 6%, somewhere around there.
That's from, okay. This is
and,
the same.
Yes, and this is the same one, and it's now been powering the 3 main room lights, the ventilation system, and the pods and the charging station here for probably a good 30-45 minutes, something like that.
Okay, got it. So it drains these batteries fast.
Yeah.
All right. We may as well pop that out. I'll make sure that the internal airlock door, and by internal I mean the one closer to where the records are, is closed. Make sure all the other doors are, open. Let's leave the power arbor open so I can like tinker around in it if I need to, and otherwise just pop the battery out because it drains. This place drains batteries like crazy.
All right.
So at this point we have 2 batteries at 5%.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Well, what do you think, guys? You want to take a rest here?
Yeah, we may as well. I'm thinking about if on the way out, can we hide this place again like we had to find it?
Yeah.
Because we can always come back later.
I mean, it's pretty well hidden. It would make a good base of operations if we can keep it hidden.
That's a good point.
It's got plenty of space for us to stretch out in. Interesting things we can look at. I think Pathos will head to that armory. And and I've been doing a lot of talking, so at this point, Pathos, I think, will just start looking at the various pieces and parts that are on the floor and see if there's anything useful, especially if there are possible like repair parts or replacement parts that could be used for the automatic rifle I picked up.
You do manage to find a couple of replacement parts. You find a rifle barrel and a stock, which could be used to fix it.
Okay.
That's about like the only stuff that's like really salvageable back here, as far as replacement parts for that, and as far as weapons which are salvageable, there's nothing.
Okay. Got it. So you said, I'm sorry, you said a replacement barrel and a replacement stock?
Yes. Also, within all of this like litter trash at this point is a little chip, which looks similar to the ones that they would use to update your magical circuitry for like knowledge updates for like learning stuff.
I'm sorry, say that again. I was
Oh.
My son walked in just as you started talking about that.
Oh, it looks like one of the devices that the engineers would use on war forges to update their like knowledge of a things and skills. It kind of looks like that.
Huh.
And as far as you can tell, it's still compatible with your model.
So I could plug this in and it would give me knowledge?
Yeah.
I will ponder that. What can I mark this as? Like
Data chip. But as far as
update module?
yeah,
Data module?
yeah.
Okay. Data yes. Data module. All right, I have to help my kid with something. I'll be right back.
All right. So while he's doing that, does anybody else have anything?
Yep, I just get ready for the rest.
All right.
I honestly can't think of anything.
Well, for kicks, Pardis can try to charge one of the other battery.
All right. Just with first spell slots.
No, all of my spells are highest level.
Oh yeah, that's right. What is your current highest spellcasting level?
Second.
Second. All right.
Only got 2
How many?
spells, but they're both second level.
All right. So, all right. There's no way to check as to how much to have unless you plug it in or cast Identify. So,
I'll just cast the spells here.
oh yeah, just cast the spell as a ritual, right? Because you can do that with Identify. I'm just not.
No, there's spells. Full on spells.
Yeah, I know, but like, what I'm saying is that you want to check as how much charge it has after doing that. Because the only way to do that would be to either plug it back into the generator or to cast Identify on it.
Which you can do by ritual. So that's what you'll do, by ritual.
All right, it's now up to 9%.
Okay. 1 level, 1%, approximately.
Yes.
Yeah, we need a more efficient way.
But now we know.
All right, I'm back. You say we learned something about these magic batteries. I'm going to put notes in here. Recovered from ruins near Bagtown. I'm going to call them A and B. You said one is at 9%?
Yes. One of them is now at 9% after part is channeled
And
to second level spells on into it.
Okay. 1 spell level equals 1% charge. Okay. So that's all we know about him so far.
And then, other than that,
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Pardis, you're able to cast spells as rituals. Were you able to charge it with a ritual spell, or did you have to actually expend a slot?
I didn't try with the ritual, but it would take forever ritual-wise.
I understand. I just mean like if you casted a ritual, I mean maybe magic just doesn't work that way. Like maybe using a ritual just.
So the way that rituals work for spellcasting is that you don't use channeled mana. You pull mana from the surrounding area in order to cast a spell. So all the mana just gets converted directly into the spell, making it so that you could not use it to charge because it changes from mana to magic as you pull it in.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I figured it was probably something like that. No free lunch and all that, but worth asking. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't catch this earlier, but have we tried using a cantrip?
I don't think we have.
Alarin had done something similar with charging a circuit with a cantrip, and just doing it for about 6 seconds made him a little bit tired. So you're free to try that to see if you get any percent out of it, but it's really up to you.
Yeah, what the hell? I am out of spell slots, so we'll know real quick if this goes badly.
So
I did it to the lock.
Trying to channel the amount needed for a cantrip. You don't feel any sort of transfer. Do you want to try and actually force mana in by like using as the like how like you would cast a cantrip to force more mana in, or
Nope. That sounds
All right.
dangerous.
What if you did multiple at the same time?
I'm sorry.
What if you did multiple at the same time?
Like if I used a cantrip and if Pardis used a cantrip at the same time.
Yeah.
Hmm. What do you think, Todd?
I'd rather not risk having the thing explode.
Yeah. Yeah, we only have 2 of these things. We know how to charge them. It's unfortunate that it takes a long time, but yeah, without actually knowing more, I'm not sure I want to risk blowing it up. Maybe if we find some more, we can do some cool experiments. But right now, we like they're kind of a precious resource.
All right.
We figured out how
Shall
to
we
charge
rest?
at least. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and the rate at which they charge.
Yeah.
What we really need is a real power source down here, as opposed to something we just plug in for moments at a time to power this or that function in the thing. But you know what? It's a level 1 base. We'll get it to another level. You guys want to do our long rest?
Go.
Sure.
Cool.
Sleeps for the week.
And for adventurers out of spell slots.
Yeah. I mean, spellcasters without spells are weak, so that's why they need sleep.
Good point. Touche. Meanwhile, Iona, what kind of armor are you wearing at the moment?
That's a good question. Let me see. Heavy.
Heavy armor?
Mhm.
Like, is it chainmail or
Which chain?
plate mail or what? Chainmail? Okay.
Yep.
Good enough. I just have this suit of scale mail burning a hole in my pocket. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it, but what you're wearing is probably better than that.
Yeah, she's at 17 currently.
Yeah.
Oh,
17 for what?
for the powered armor
To make
is what I'm
easy.
going to go ahead and call it from you're going on for it. It doesn't have a strength requirement, unlike most
Oh.
armors that are heavy. The only trade-off is that it drains power like while you're using it, and then once it's out of power, then it won't move unless like you have a strength of 20 is the only way to make it move past that, and then you get a disadvantage on dex saves. You don't get your strength bonus to damage, and a lot of other negatives.
Okay, well, I mean that's interesting. I get to waive strength requirements for armor, but it's not like I can fit in that thing. I'm of 2 minds about this. One is figure out how to get it, because like Iona could wear it, but not for very long at a time, right? And it would be useful, but only for like short battles.
That's my thing. And then does moving around drain the battery? Because then how far can she go from here?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm of 2 minds about this. One is we try to find some kind of power source that we can attach to it and keep it going, or I fucking scrap it for parts, right? Like rip the guts out of it, use the circuitry for other things. I mean the plates and things are all there, and if I just reset it, I can make it into a suit of useful plate mail, and if she has a strength of 15 or higher, she'll be able to wear that. And then the other parts it's got, like the thermal vision and the night vision, I may be able to integrate into myself. What do you guys think of that plan?
No opinion.
I mean, as far as like the scrapping it plan, I would partially be bummed, but I mean, the whole point of my character is that she has a mount, so it doesn't really make sense to have that and ride a horse.
Yeah.
And what I
And
wanted to
if
point
anyways-
out is that between what her AC would be with the armor on versus what she's wearing now would be a difference of 1 AC between that and plate mail.
I was going to point out this is the only one we've seen. If there's others, we can consider tearing them up, I would think. But we can leave this one here if we're going to keep this place safe as best as we can, just to see what, we don't know what's in the world. We didn't know this place existed.
Yeah, fair enough. Tara, how do you get to the armor class of 17? What are the different components? You got chainmail, and what's the other? Like, there's got to be at least one other thing going on.
From her fighting style of defense, she gets a +1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So plate mail would give her a 19.
Yeah. So yeah, her AC would go up to 19. Do you use a shield?
I do not.
Okay. We should probably find you a shield.
She instead uses a battle axe as her preferred weapon. But now she has a +2 rapier, so she could pick up a shield at some point.
Yeah. Oh, battle axe is one-handed. Can be used one-handed. Yeah. So, full disclosure, I really want those vision augmentations, and I want to put them in me because that would free up an infusion slot to use on something else.
If you want to roll an Arcana to see what the possible trade-off might be from doing that, you may.
I'm just considering it.
I'm just saying that if you'd like to have a bit more info, you can make a roll to see what you might infer.
Yeah. Okay. 25.
Oh, Jesus. Just rolling high today, I see. So
well,
if
I think it's actually at 24, but because I'm still level 6.
How I just fixed that like a little bit ago, and now you're level 6 again.
At any rate.
Level 6. Anyways,
just go ahead and move to level 6.
Shush.
Yeah, really the game.
We've been down here a long time.
Yeah, we have been down here a long time. So
yeah, from
taking something out of this thing and putting it onto your chassis and having it function off of your power system has a chance of, once you put them on and have them in use on top of your normal functions, you might end up taxing your power source and suffer what the flesh bags would know as a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Would be a possible trade-off of that.
Okay. Now, so that's like, all right, just talk to me in mechanical terms. Are we talking like every time I use it, we would roll a percentile chance to see if that happens, or
so
like
for every round that basically you would have one of those functions active, you would roll a con save, which would get harder depending on how many times, basically how many rounds have passed of you using it collectively without a long rest. So let's say that one combat happens and you end up using it for two rounds, and then that combat ends, and then you guys continue on your merry way, and you don't rest because it's not worth it at that point. You then get
more rounds,
into another fight, and then you activate it again. So then that Kana save would be based off of the third step of difficulty.
Yeah,
that's your third round using it.
I'm following. Okay. would that be for both the night vision and the thermal, or like just the thermal?
Both,
Okay.
because they're
All right.
both energy taxing.
Yeah. Got it. I might try and go back and forth with you on the night vision one, just because that's one that I know how to make anyway. But it's not worth it right now. We can talk about it later. And I'm either way, I'm not doing it tonight.
Yeah,
Because
of course.
we've just got one, and we haven't decided yet on what to do about it. I'm a big fan of turning in plate mail for our fighter. I can get my own plate mail, and then figuring out what else to do with the other functions. That diagnostic thing would be cool too if I could like use it to get the diagnostics on somebody that I'm looking at for medicinal purposes or something. But I'll have to. We'll figure that out.
Well, going off of your kind of there, you could probably fashion it into a device which you could use to get readings on people, like a heartbeat monitor or something.
Yeah, maybe something to grant myself proficiency with medicine or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna while we are sleeping, I'm just gonna ponder this data module and consider whether or not I want to plug it into myself.
All right. So with that, unless anybody has anything else that they want to be doing during the long rest, other than sleeping, move on to the next day.
Yeah, I'll just plant myself here and go into standby mode.
Now we're going to turn it upside down. And it looks like we got to put this in there. One down, it looks like. Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there. Turn them back right side up.
So
Anything happen?
nothing happens during the night, and I feel like this is a good place to take our regularly scheduled 15-minute break if people want to do that, or we could keep going. I'll leave it up to everybody here.
Sounds good to me. I gotta pee anyway.
All right.
Same.
And I believe that Todd has a pizza to grab.
Yep.
All right. Back in a bit.
All right, we'll meet back together at 10:20. Alrighty. Which is 10:20. Everybody back, or we still finishing up some stuff?
Yeah, I'm here. I've been jamming with Tara on what to do here.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
have been watching.
I did wonder
I am.
why it was on messaging and not just.
I am
PC.
excited for horsepower.
Yeah.
It's very fitting.
Yeah.
You know, we need to get some of them blink dogs down here on big hamster wheels, and
Okay,
get that.
I'm sorry. But why do I feel like there would just be like a USB cord and just be like, okay, plug in.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm excited to use this place as a base.
Oh.
You know, we can turn the armory into a workshop. We can turn the motor pool into a stable.
I'm reading all these, and I really liked the motor pool into a stable comment.
Right?
Yeah.
It's even got like a chimney type thing going in it already that we can use to like air it out from all the horse shit. The real
We just
question
need
though is
robotic courses.
what's that?
We just need robotic courses.
Yes.
Robo horses.
Yes. That is peak space barbarian goals right now. But what we need to work out though is how we're gonna hide the place.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Partis, don't you have Move Earth?
Yes.
There we go. I was going to try to tap into Gnomish ancestry to find a way to make a permanent illusion, but that works.
Just bury it.
Yeah. So I can and then unbury it back.
All that I'm just like, all that popped in my head when Trey had talked about Schnicht going back into his gnomish heritage. It's just Schnicht putting on one of those like big feather hats and like just like dancing around the fucking hole, going like ooga taka, ooga taka. It's
Trying to make it work. Yeah.
I mean, you're not far off.
No. I think if we just bury this bugger and then unbury it when we show back up, that should work. do we want to set anything up here now, or in terms of where to go next, I think Dragon Isle is our next best bet. Because
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
mentioned.
we can. Hold on, let me pull a map up real quick. Go ahead.
Because it's mentioned in this place's log is like a thing. So like maybe there's more of this technology there. Maybe we can find a working power source so we don't have to go on this backup generator.
I know we haven't been gone long, but the only city I see on the coast that we've been to so far is the Orchistan. So I don't know if there's a place to get on a boat from there, but it let us check in on things.
Yeah. Where is the Dragon Isle? Is it this Kraken Star?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Kraken Star is the Dragon Isle.
Okay, we got to figure out a way to get there.
So
do we?
Orchistan sadly does not have a port.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I don't remember seeing one.
Yeah, no, they don't. They kind of just live on the mountain there and have that be that.
What about Fellport over here?
Fellport. I'm looking at Fellport.
Yeah, if you go, hold on, north, south, east, west. If you go west of.
Well, I was looking more at Sarmin over here. That's
Yeah, I mean
that's
what I was looking at too. Was at Sarmin. I don't remember as what that is now, but.
Oh. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sarmin.
Yeah, that's. We're in the woods of Trade right now, right?
Yes. If you look at the map I put in there, I've been updating it with the names as we find them.
Oh, you actually put in.
I'm just photoshopping names on. There's like not a way.
Yeah. Bagville. Yeah. Yeah, look at you. And then right at the H is where you guys are right now.
I do not see. What, really?
I don't see anything.
Oh,
yeah.
You had missed Lyasan as being. Wait, no, sorry, it wasn't Lyasan. It was Keitel as being Vera Bono.
Oh, that I thought. Oh, yeah. You said it was Keitel or Lyson?
Keitel. If I remember correctly, because they do have a port. Well, it's kind of both of them, kind of like at this point with Lyasan being the original city and then Keitel being a city that got kind of like absorbed into it.
What'd you say it's called? Verabonum or Bono?
Bono. This is Verbono. Verbono. Yeah.
I don't see any of this when I bring it up.
The one that I just put in the chat?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I just put one in the lore. That's the one.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing it now. RP Village.
Verbono.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to remember as to what Simon was, because all that I remember of it is, because this is what I have in my notes, is that's where the start of the railway is on this side of the continent.
Okay.
Then it goes, all the way over to Fellport on the other side. It's a nice like little loop around there. They're still expanding.
We don't have a boat.
No, you do not.
Do we know of it?
We don't have a boat yet.
Yeah, no, true. But do we know, like, I mean, Sarmin sits at the mouth of a river, so it would stand to reason that there would be boats there.
Yeah, that's my guess. I mean, I guess we don't know until we show up.
Yeah. Do we know anything about what's over in that area?
Over near Sarmin?
Yeah. Make a history check, maybe?
Yeah, go ahead and make a history check. Just trying to remember, like, what...
20.
Wow.
19.
So there's So Saruman was another place that the merry band of misfits had stopped by, because just never eats because just east of it is yet another ruin where one of them got shot. So they ended up stopping at Saruman. They didn't take a boat out, but they did run into the Dragon Queen, between Orchistan and where Saruman is.
Okay.
Which
I
is
knew anything
now
about like is it known for its vibrant fishing trade and
it's known for piracy.
perfect. I will relay this to the group. Well, Saruman is now an area known for its piracy. It did have significance to the previous group of choosers. But they ran into the Dragon Queen between Orchistan and Saruman, but now it is known for piracy. So if we're going to find a place with a boat, that would be probably our closest bet. I don't know if it's our best bet, but certainly our closest.
I guess we can try it.
Yeah.
On.
Yeah,
the map that I had prepped for there is not on the list of available maps. So we're gonna theater of the mind that if you guys head there.
Cool. Let's do it.
Alrighty. So when you guys do show up, much of what the
Hold up before we go.
Yeah, of course.
Let's establish that we're covering this place up and shutting everything down and making sure it's all closed up and well hidden again. I think Pardis can probably take care of that.
Yep. Your not druid will take care of the druid thing.
Beautiful. Okay. Sorry, Ace, for interrupting. Just wanted to make sure that was.
Yeah, always good to make sure that your shit doesn't get stolen while you're away. But
Yeah.
when you do get over to Saruman, all the houses appear to be built out of beached ships, with the gate being the old captain's hold for a large galleon, with the name of the ship, which is now also the name of the town, being the Black Wake.
Black Wake.
Yeah, Black Wake. Here, I'll type it out.
Black Wake. Okay.
That.
Got it.
And within it is every form of disease and vermin and just general decrepancy of like sully folk. There's people passed out drunk in the middle of streets. There's people like actively robbing each other. There's gambling going on in every house and porch step.
So glad we came.
There are active brawls happening between people over the smallest of issues. It's all in all very welcoming place as you stand here at the entrance to it.
Yeah. I don't have the highest charisma.
The place looks like a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Pathos will start walking up to like the nearest unoccupied vagrant and say, "Greetings, my name is Pathos. These are my companions. We seek conveyance across the water to Dragon Isle."
You want to go to the Dragon Isle? And he kind of like smiles up at you, and you notice that he doesn't have any teeth. Why?
We have many
Why
reasons.
would you want to go to the most dangerous place on ever?
We have many reasons.
Really? Name one.
Is conveyance available here or not?
Well, yeah, there's lots of ships. It's just a matter of, talking to the right people.
Who are these right people?
Oh, I don't know. I just, you're pretty.
This vagrant is of no further use. I announced to the party, and I keep moving along.
Where you going, buddy? I thought we were friends. He'll call after you.
Yeah, I ignore that. Vagrant is of no further use. Anyone else want to give it a shot?
Sure. Not.
That's silly.
Talking to a different person or same person?
Up to you.
Up to you. I don't think that has any further use.
Okay. Well, guess she'll walk ahead and go see if there's somebody like closer to the docks.
Well, as you're walking ahead, a small group of about 3 or 4 guys do end up kind of walking out and stopping you. And they go, "Hey, they're good looking. You looking for a good time?"
No, I'm looking for a boat.
Well, we know of a couple of boats.
And how would you know about these?
Well, we're pirates, honey. We go on boats all the time. Oh well, Palace is just like locked.
I have definitely warmed that shit up. Single word, Lady Iona, and I shall dispatch these ruffians forthwith.
I mean, she'll like step to the side, but still like stay in her same area.
They'll go ahead and like also kind of like step to the side so that they're still standing, in front of you. Well, I know about the fastest ship this side of the train yard.
And how could I acquire that ship?
Well, if you're just willing to follow us, we'll go ahead and show you to the captain. He's a real wonderful fellow.
I look to everybody else.
I am a big robot, but I don't like this.
I mean, I'll go ahead and roll insight.
All right. Go ahead.
Personally, I think they're just lunatics, but you know.
They seem
These guys-
legit as far as you can tell.
I mean, it's worth a shot. I want to try it.
Alrighty, Missy, it's just right this way. And they turn. Well, one of them turns and starts walking down one of the alleys that are nearby, and the other two kind of like stand off to either side of you and watch and wait for you to start following them before they follow on either side of you.
Oh, I was gonna say follow until an alley. I don't like pirates. I didn't want to be here, but we're here. I think we should just go toward the water.
Yeah.
Well, do you follow them in the alley, or
Wait, I'm sorry.
They are
They're
going
leading
into
her,
an alley.
yes,
they're leading her into the alley?
Yes,
what?
they
Oh,
are.
ooh.
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
no. We won't be doing that. All right, I'll just turn to the group. I don't think that's gonna work. Never mind.
Well, whatever. It's your loss. There's sweet cheeks.
Yeah, not talking to you.
Oh,
Kind of just brushes
let
you
me
off.
shoot him. I want to shoot him.
What?
Oh. You guys are pissing me off.
Welcome to Blackwake.
Oh yeah, no, I mean fully in character. I'm just no.
So I guess move on.
Alrighty. If you continue on to the docks, you'll have many similar encounters with catcalling and men trying to convince you that they know the captain of the fastest ship or strongest ship or biggest ship, like this side of the train yard, or other various terms of phrase. You probably run into about 3 or 4 more groups like that, and one group which kind of picks on Schnicktel for being short.
All right, I feel like we've just got to kick somebody's ass around here, or we're not going to get anybody respect. Who's with me?
I mean, I'm for it. I was about to pull out something and stab something.
Yeah, let's just fucking do it. All right, these guys are pissing me off. So, some people make fun of Schnick.
Yeah.
What do you say, Trey? You want to kick this off?
Schnick is just dead set on getting past all this and getting to the water.
All right. Okay.
He doesn't like any of this.
Yeah. Okay.
But he doesn't want the town to fight us either.
I don't think the whole town would fight us if we started fighting like one group. Like, you notice the whole bunch of brawls going on.
No, that could be. But all these people claim to know the same captain, which means they don't know that captain.
Yeah. All right, let's just press on to the water then.
All right. So you do eventually make it to the port. And this seems to be where the most concentrated gambling is happening. There's 4 or 5 groups just within a 6-foot area, all just running gambling rings. And kind of further down the dock, you can see some fairly more well-addressed men, probably about 3 or 4 of them, kind of standing at the end of one of the docks and talking. You can't quite hear as to what they're saying yet, but they do seem to be kind of more of the refined fellows, probably captains of some of the more lucrative pirate fleets around here.
And they are not involved in the gambling?
No, they are not. They are off having a private conversation at the moment.
Schnick points and says, that's who we need to talk to.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, I guess we'll just walk up towards them, but warily. I don't know if someone's going to jump out.
All right. Well, as you sort of inch closer, once you get onto the